Which are the challenges concerning the practical adoption of containers?
Yeah, containers are just like any new technology, they have to cross the chasm. And currently they're in what we call the early adopter phase with public cloud, cloud native applications, new applications and so forth. But to really cross the chasm and to really have product market fit, to reach the early majority of the mainstream enterprise, customers currently have three approaches to do that. One is you can retrofit existing applications, but that's primarily for a small segment of stateless apps and so forth. Or you can take the hard approach and probably the true approach of re-architecting your application to be container native, leveraging microservices and all so forth. But that's a hard problem, it takes a long time. And what we've learned from supporting over 12,000 customers at Nutanix is the fact that just like the virtualization phase and the public cloud phase, containers to go to mainstream should use an intermediate accelerant called what we're calling replatforming. And this is where companies like Nutanix play a big role, or Amazon Web Services, is where we offer a set of services to accelerate the transformation to containers while retaining all the enterprise capabilities, such as storage support, security support, networking, and all these concerns that enterprises have around adopting containers can now be mitigated with leveraging something like the Nutanix platform.
Could you describe the way from hybrid apps to hybrid clouds as a platform?
Yeah, that's a big question. Hybrid apps to hybrid cloud as a platform. Hybrid apps, obviously, the construct is the fact that, look, I could have an application that has the web server, the middleware as containers, but my database tier and my middleware server tier could be in traditional VMs or even bare metal. And increasingly, as folks convert from traditional application architectures to cloud-native architectures, they have to adopt this version of a cloud, hybrid app architecture just to be practical in terms of balancing high I/O data gravity / data-centric capabilities of databases in VMs, while have the flexibility of scaling up and down using containers in their middleware and web server tier layer. But I think when you adopt what we're calling hybrid cloud, which is a big word, our point of view is public clouds are here to stay, but you first, before you get to a hybrid cloud, you have to first build your own private cloud that looks and feels like the public cloud. And that's the first journey that somebody should be on, is that as part of hybridization, you first have to build a true private cloud inside your enterprise, and then focus on bridging the gap between your private cloud and your public cloud. And currently what we found is that many of our customers who've gone to public cloud have now seen the difference between their traditional stack, which they thought was a private cloud, but actually was server virtualization plus. And companies like Nutanix, for example, are helping bring the public cloud into your data center so that you can actually now have a version of AWS inside and an AWS outside. And then solving the hybrid cloud problem becomes that much simpler.